I think that being in a relationship with someone who shares the same religion as you, and like it's very clear, direct lines on like where your values lie and they match, it's a lot easier. Because for me personally, like being in the porn industry, being 21 and having not the most average life, it makes things harder. It makes it harder for me to find an ideal partner that I know that has morals that I could trust 100%.
What are the morals that you would look for in a long-term partner?
Well, the partner that I have right now displays a lot of them, actually, most of them. I think the biggest quality in a partner that I need is they need to be patient, because I have a busy life, I have a busy schedule, I have ADHD, so like my partner would need to be available at all times to kind of listen to whatever the craziness is going on in my head.
At all times?
At all times.
I don't know.
It's not really a moral issue,
Sounds
right?
like a lot of work.
I think that is.
That's being moral?
Well, I think it is. I think that like
maybe attentive to your needs and stuff.
I think that the amount of attention you give to your partner is somewhat moral.
Can we like, all right, how long have you been with your current guy?
About a year.
Does he do that for you?
Yeah.
He's always available for you to like, what did you say, to vent to, or?
Well, just be in communication with. Like
he's always available? Wait, he's always available?
Always.
Even when he's fucking other women?
When he's fucking Demi.
Now you guys fight about who's gonna beat who up.
And we'll just fuck about it.
I think it's also that he like kind of keeps up with your life. Like he's living the same exact lifestyle she is. So
yeah, and he kind of like he's kind of under like my wing. He's like my buddy, you know. He's like he's my best friend. So I think that like I got really lucky because I met him before.
Bender the Offender donated $100. It might not be the nicest way to say this, but most guys are going to view a prenup as a car insurance policy. It's there in case something goes wrong.
Right.
But I got really lucky because I met my boyfriend before I got super deep into porn. I was still stripping, but like
super deep.
Were you doing just like girl on girl when he met you?
No, I was stripping at the strip club. But we basically like, you know, we started doing OnlyFans content together. He was like my first like fuck buddy. And,
was it to just raise money basically to earn?
I mean, yeah, it was my job. Like I was.
What's your background prior to stripping? Did you?
I worked at Halal Guys.
And like family wise, like money, like were you guys middle class or?
We were middle class, and then I ended up homeless for a little bit when I was like 16.
Okay, so do you think that I know that you like the line of work that you're in, and morally you don't see anything wrong with it or anything like that?
No,
and,
not personally.
And you enjoy yourself and all that.
Yeah.
But do you think that if you had the financial means to not need to go through that in order to survive, you would have? Like, do you think you would have still found yourself in porn, stripping,
So I think that's like a really complicated question. You actually touched on it earlier. You said something where you were like, if you are asked that question and you say, yes, I would do something totally different than probably doing sex work out of survival and not out of pleasure or wanting to do it. So for me, I started stripping like right when I turned 18 because I needed money, but also because any job gives you money, but I love to dance. I loved stripping, like I've talked about this on here before, but like I love to be sexual for other people. I like to perform. It's fun. So I started taking pole dancing classes, started dancing, stripping, and so I think that...
If you had a daughter, would you want her to take that route if she wanted it to? Like, or have you experienced things negative enough where you're like, I would rather avoid my kid goes down this path?
I mean, I think as a parent, you do your child a disservice when you tell them what they can or cannot do with their life.
I don't disagree with that, but just given your knowledge, right?
So if my daughter came up to me and said, hey, I want to start stripping, I would be like, okay, that's a little weird. Why do you want to start stripping? Do you think of it as an art form?
It's her calling.
Yeah. Do you think of it as an art form? What's
her calling?
Is it's like in your own sovereignty? Is this something that you desire to do, or is it something you're like, oh my gosh, I have no money, rent's due next week?